Okay, so neck pain, like many pains throughout our body, neck pain is a multifactorial problem. It's just not one thing. It's just not our body. And these are a lot of the risk factors that research has shown plays into neck pain. So if you haven't been in a car accident or something and it's just gradual onset, the older you are, the more prone you are. A lot of research has shown that if you're female, that can put you more at risk. If you're doing a job or if you're doing things at home where you're in really awkward and sustained positions, that can take a toll. If your job includes a lot of heavy lifting or repetitive lifting, and at the opposite extreme, if you have a job that's very sedentary, or yourself, you're very sedentary at home and you don't do much physical activity. If you're on your computer, and we're not talking a little bit, we're talking about hours and hours a day, every day. That can make a big difference. As well, if you had previous pain, and then the psychosocial factors, and that's stress. So many of us have so much stress in our lives right now, and a lot of us don't actually deal with our stress. We just put up with it. So stress, anxiety, depression, lack of social support from those around you, family and friends, that takes a huge toll on our bodies. And I think it takes a much larger toll than many of us think, because our bodies react to stress, especially when it comes to the neck and the shoulders. I know that's where I keep my stress. People tense. You walk around all day and your neck is tense and your shoulders are tense and you carry that stress in your body. So that's a huge, huge factor. I've had multiple clients that until they were able to deal with their stress, they couldn't actually get better because of the impact the stress had on their body. So that's a big one. All right. And some risk factors when it comes to your pain sticking around and not resolving in that 6 to 8 weeks we talked about. After a car accident, for example, the risk factors are if you're in a lot of pain, if you're really sensitive to the cold, if because of your pain and your stiffness, you're feeling quite disabled, you're not able to go back to a lot of your normal activities, or you're not willing to try them. If you're having a lot of post-traumatic stress issues from the accident, and you're thinking you have catastrophic beliefs, which is you're not being totally objective about what happened to cause your injury, but you're making it bigger than perhaps it actually is. And that can have a huge impact on whether your pain sticks around. When it comes to something else other than an accident, so gradual onset pain or gradual pain that started at work, the older you are and your previous history of pain can make a difference. So I'm going to throw out another poll there. I'm going to go to poll number 2. So if a person is in a car collision, do you think the position of their head, neck, and or body might affect which injuries they have? Because this is an interesting one. I wanted to talk about this because a lot of people, when they come in with after a car accident, everyone typically talks about what they were doing, how they were turned. So I'm curious as to your thoughts. All right, perfect. All right, so the answer is it doesn't really. So the research has looked at all the factors. And after a car accident, the direction of the impact, how you were sitting, your awareness that it was coming, having a headrest, whether you were moving a bit or stationary, and the shape of your neck as well, whether you have like a more of an arch or you're really flat, all those things don't actually make a difference. It goes back to the previous page, the other risk factors and how you're thinking about it and your increased pain and your beliefs about your pain and how you're going to get better. Those make much more of a difference than what objectively happened at the time of the accident.